Tinybones, the pickpocket. Well, this card definitely deserves a card review. So for only 1 black mana you get a 1/1 Death Touch. Whenever Tinybones the pickpocket deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. So he's a thief, or a reanimator thief. He grabs things that people have been throwing away into the graveyard and he brings them back. And this is honestly quite good. There's a very likely dream scenario. So you go Tinybones as the first thing you do on your turn, and either as your commander or cast him from the 99, doesn't really matter. Having Tinybones in play turn 1 is gonna be quite consistent. If you have him in your hand or if you have him in the command zone, regardless. Then you pass turn, someone is casting a Mystic Remora, and someone is mentally misstepping that Mystic Remora, which is something that actually happens now and then. You go to your turn 2, you attack with Tinybones, and you cast the Mystic Remora that someone put into the graveyard. And people are kinda mulliganing towards Mystic Remora, and eventually Mystic Remora will die to cumulative mana cost. But that's not the only thing. I mean, people are casting Sol Rings, people are mentally misstepping Sol Rings, people are casting Esper Sentinels, people are killing Esper Sentinels. Rhystic Study, people are destroying Rhystic Study. I mean, someone could cast the One Ring and then someone could destroy the One Ring and then you cast and steal the One Ring. And as you have 3 different opponents, you have 3 different graveyards to take things from. Now it's permanents only, so you won't be stealing Imperial Seals, you won't be stealing Vamp Tutors and things like that, you won't be stealing Cyclonic Rifts or Demonic Tutors. But what you can do, guys, is use one of your many different destroy target creatures spell. Don't exile them, just destroy them, send that Dockside Extortionist to the graveyard, attack with Tinybones, and cast someone's Dockside from their graveyard. For the potential value this guy can give you for only 1 black mana, I would have to say he's quite playable. Let's begin by talking about this as the commander choice. It is going to be cute and cool and probably fun, but I wouldn't recommend it. You are going to enter into games and consistently have some form of value, but it's gonna be very hard to give you a consistent flow of what you're always going to get. So yes, you're going to get something, but some games you're mostly just going to cast like a Fellower Stone or maybe a Llanowar Elf, or who knows. What I'm trying to say is that it's not guaranteed that you're always going to get what you're hoping to get. And that is why this is cute, but not recommended. Also, mono black currently, you're going to lack potential combo finishers. There are some, but still, as a commander, I think this is something of a casual deck or a high power, cool and cute deck. It's going to be fun, but it's not going to be good at just consistently always deliver raw power. But inside the 99, this guy can go into a lot of different commander decks. So there are a bunch of different commanders that could, on top of my head, really love this. The first one out is obviously cEDH! cEDH Weatherlight Captain is always looking for various different legendary creatures with a low CMC mana cost. It doesn't really matter completely what the legendary creature does, just that it has a very low mana cost, and it's legendary, with some colors on it, so this is gonna boost cEDH's power, but also generate some value now and then for cEDH. cEDH is still going for that very strong typical cEDH plan, but then having some value potential from this. And I think that's kind of what Tinybones as a commander would probably lack, having just a good game without the commander. cEDH is going to have a great game, and having a Tinybones now and then is going to help out now and then. I mean, Docksides are being killed here and there, and cEDH can greatly benefit from that. Yoda the Unifier. Also, just wanna have random whatever really low mana cost legendaries, like Tinybones is perfect. If Yoda is casting a 2 CMC legendary, and you've run out of Ragavans inside your library, then you can get Tinybones! So Yoda will definitely like this. It's going to help that overrun potential of always just getting a cascade success whenever you cast a legendary of sorts. Yuriko Tiger Shadow. Always wanna have low to the ground 1 mana drop creatures that can attack and create a Yuriko attack trigger on turn 2. And this creature is doing that. And among the different options for Yuriko, this one is actually quite good. Now, most of Yuriko's typical creatures that she's playing is like 1-drop 1/1 flying creature. Kinda meh. So this is definitely a potential upgrade for Yuriko, basically just replacing that 1/1 flying creature with this 1/1 death touch. Kind of the same, they are still kinda getting through in someone's face, but Tinybones will do something else besides synergizing with the ninja stuff. So once you have your Yuriko in play and Tinybones in play, Tinybones will continue doing the Tinybones stuff, while Yuriko will continue doing the Yuriko stuff. So Tinybones will both help Yuriko and then do something more for the deck in general as well. Tymna the Weaver. So Tymna don't mind creatures that can attack into someone's face and trigger Tymna to draw cards. And Tinybones with Death Touch isn't something people are going to want to block. So in Tymna this will both trigger Tymna card draw as well as doing Tinybones stuff. Now besides these commander options, Tinybones could basically go into any form of deck really. If you're looking for something that has a very low mana cost and is in general going to be a very small potential value engine, and if you're playing in a metagame where people have a lot of permanent cards in their graveyard by wheeling, discarding, destroying each other's creatures and such, then Tinybones could be a great choice, honestly. So as a finalized review, I don't think it's among the top, I don't think it's busted, I don't think it's going to have a huge impact or a huge presence in the format. It's not a Ragavan, far from a Ragavan. Ragavan is honestly a really big power creep. But this is still kinda good. It will be able to do stuff, like the moment you're putting this into play, attacking, casting a Mystic Remora, next turn attacking, casting like the One Ring or maybe a Dockside or a Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image is a creature that usually is being killed now and then, and if you can cast a Phantasmal Image from someone's grave, now we're talking. So it is going to do stuff, and it's going to be very cool when it's doing stuff. The fun factor and the gotcha moment is huge in this card. So I'm looking forward to see this in action, and I think I'm going to add it to a few of my deck lists. That's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and more card reviews are coming up. Take care guys, and I'll see you in the next video.